This is Jamar Chase from Sunday practicing, and that was big news because he hadn't been practicing. It had been a kind of low-key hold-in that hadn't gotten a lot of attention. So, by all appearances, he's practicing. Maybe a deal is close to being done. Whatever the case may be, that's not what a hold-in is. This is what a hold-in is. Guy in street clothes, at practice, brief encounter with T. Higgins, kept to himself on Wednesday while the media was in the bubble. So that was that with Jamar Chase. He's back to holding in, and I don't know what sense to make of it. The Bengals is the Bengals, to take a little twist on what someone once said about the Browns. Here's Zach Taylor, coach of the Bengals, who's kind of caught in the middle of this mess between the front office and Jamar Chase on the fact that Jamar Chase was practicing, then on Wednesday he wasn't.
Yeah, he's looked great. Same Jamar I'm used to, and the plan will be continue to practice with him.
You say the plan is for Jamar to be ready for week 1?
Yeah, he's going to practice this week, and we'll just keep taking it from there.
Are you confident he'll play week 1?
Yes.
And right now, you are expecting him to play week 1. That is your answer.
This isn't complicated. Yeah, he's practicing like he has been the last couple of days.
Has something changed between yesterday when you said that you expected Jamar to practice and today him not showing up?
I said that yesterday? I think every day is a new day. We'll keep working through it. Not going to make predictions on what tomorrow brings. At the end of the day, Jamar's a great dude. That means a lot to this team, and we'll just continue to take it day to day.
You still expect him to play in the opener?
This is all part of that plan that we've talked about, so this is just the later stages of that plan. But I think it's wise for me just to say we're going to take it day to day and see what tomorrow brings. I think I probably put my foot in my mouth speaking too quickly, and it's just, again, this is a day-to-day situation. We'll just keep seeing it as that.
Okay, I did a shitty job on the throw because the first part was Zach Taylor basically saying, yeah, he's back at practice. He's going to practice. He's going to play. And then when he didn't practice on Wednesday, he's like, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. And I probably shouldn't have said what I said, and I'm not going to make any predictions about the future. And what's odd about this is you shouldn't have any question about whether a guy who reported and is present with the team and is healthy, why wouldn't he play week 1? See, this is where the hold-in becomes problematic. And Roquan Smith experienced this in Chicago 2 years ago. He held in, didn't get his contract. At some point, you got to suit up and play. You got to go. Come on, clock's ticking. We had our fun. We tried to work it out. You didn't expose yourself to injury during training camp or the preseason, but now it's time to go earn your money. We're not just going to let you voluntarily not play. And the hammer that the team has is the ability to punish the guy. At some point, it's conduct detrimental to the team. You're here. Yep. It's time to practice. No. Yes. No. Okay, you're fined for conduct detrimental to the team. And look, at one point, Zach Taylor was asked whether or not Jamar Chase is being fined for not practicing, and he didn't answer it, which means he's being fined for not practicing. So there's something dysfunctional going on here between the Bengals and Jamar Chase. And the one way it gets solved is if they just sign him to a damn contract. I think Mike Brown wants to kick the can to next year, knowing that it's going to be more expensive when you sign him, but you get him really, really cheap for this year.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about that, Mike. And he basically said that earlier in training camp, that they want to push the can down the road to next year. And that's what the Bengals do. And they are now where they are. But you're right. At some point, you got to play. It's like John Lynch said about Brandon Ayuk, who we're going to discuss next. So it's $45,000 a day now that the training camp and preseason is over. And at some point, they can go to suspension. You conduct detrimental to the team, and we're suspending you. So he's got to decide, I guess, what he wants. He's not going to get the contract. I think that's pretty obvious. He's not getting a new contract this year. So what are you going to do next?
He still might. Well, look, I think his camp is targeting next Thursday, because that's the day last year that Joe Burrow got his contract. And I think if it doesn't come by next Thursday, that's when it goes to DEFCON 1 or DEFCON 5. Whichever one is the bad one, that's when it goes there. If he doesn't have a deal, if the Bengals don't move to what Jamar Chase is looking for by next Thursday, that's when it gets even worse than it is now.
Well, and it's not a complicated deal, Mike. You have CeeDee Lamb's deal. You had Justin Jefferson's deal. He's going to want to be paid more than Justin Jefferson. It's really not that complicated. It's just a lot of money, and Mike Brown doesn't want to pay a lot of money. That's what it boils down to. So if they want to get it done, they can get it done. It's just a matter of, do the Bengals want to get that done?
$4.8 million is what Jamar Chase is due to make this year. And from Mike Brown's perspective, even if I have to pay him annual percentage or average per year, APY, I got my acronym unbundling messed up. Average per year of 35 or 36 or whatever next year, I still got him fourth year of his career for $4.8 million. And he would have held out, I believe, if he didn't have a $3.8 million training camp roster bonus that was earned the third day. He had to be there the third day to get it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been there. And this would be holdout like CeeDee Lamb. The difference is Chase is only 3 years in. He's not willing to do that fourth year. It's kind of like Kyler Murray. Miles and I talked about this yesterday. Kyler Murray was not going to play for $4 million or whatever he was due to make his fourth year. Micah Parsons should not be playing for $3 million. That's what he's due to make this year. Chase doesn't want to do it, but he also didn't want to miss out on the $3.8 million that he got on the third day of training camp. So that one is a mess. It's gotten messier. And if he doesn't have that new deal by a week from today, that's when it's going to be messiest. Mark my words and mark your calendar. Next Thursday, season starts and some fun can start between the Bengals and Jamar Chase, or at least it can continue and reach a higher level. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.